Hi there, Will Smith, Bookie horse racing analyst here. So what is first past the post? Well, it's fairly simple in the first instance, in that if your horse finishes first past the post, the one that you have backed to win or each way, and it goes past that all-important winning line first, then of course you will be paid out. Now there are different ways that bookmakers can then settle your win or each way bets, depending on what might happen with regard to any other stewards' inquiries after the race. Now, first past the post, most, if not all, bookmakers will pay out on the horse that eventually finishes first past the post. There can be sometimes cases though where that particular horse, for whatever reason, after a steward's inquiry, can be disqualified in case is of maybe interference, let's say. So if another horse that was second, say, gets promoted and your horse that had won the race is disqualified, you will still be paid out if your horse finishes first past the post. There will be some bookmakers who pay out on what is called the double result. So they will pay out the horse that finishes first past the post, and then if another horse is promoted above the original first past the post, they will also pay out on that particular horse as well, even if it didn't finish the race in front. If it gets placed into the winner's position on account of a steward's inquiry, then they will pay out on that as well. There are quite a large number, almost the majority of bookmakers, that will pay out on the double result. So always worth just paying a little bit of attention to the end of a race if there is any particular steward's inquiry and you feel that your horse maybe has a chance of getting the race in that steward's inquiry. Of course, sometimes we may have more than one bet in a race. So if it came down to it, there could be the chance that maybe you actually back two winners in a race, which sounds pretty ridiculous. It doesn't happen all that often, but it could happen. You could back the first past the post, you will be paid out on that. And if another horse that you backed was promoted to the winner's spot, you could be also paid out on that, and it would be very much your lucky day, of course. Just a couple of things to note with regards to the first past the post. Generally, it only counts on bets that are struck in the day of race market. So once the final field for a race has been declared, it's only the bets from that point on that will be settled in this manner. Anti-post bets, generally they're not susceptible to this particular ruling. So just keep an eye out on that. It's only the bets that are generally struck in the day of race market. And there are a couple of reasons why a horse might potentially be promoted to winning a race as to how this double result would not be applicable. And they are if the winner, the jockey, once he gets off, he has to go and weigh in to check that the weight that he was stipulated to carry with the saddle and himself or herself. If that is not correct, then they could be disqualified on account of not being weighed in correctly. Now, if that was the case, the double result doesn't apply. And also, sometimes you'll see races where the winner and or a few other horses take the wrong course around a particular racetrack, in which case they could potentially be disqualified as well. So that would be another case where the double result is not applicable, as said. But for the majority, if a horse is first past the post and if a horse is promoted to the winner's position, you could be paid out on both. Obviously, first past the post is exactly what it says. You get paid out on that horse that finishes first. And the double result is being paid out on both the first past the post and the horse that is then promoted into that winner's position. So best of luck with your bets. I hope that this particular angle of bookmakers paying out on bets could sometimes benefit yourself. Happy punting.